Isn't it funny? Isn't it strange how quickly the fire goes out? Whoa, we get out in a great revival. We have a great move of God. Whoa, we feel His presence. We sense His presence. And all the fire is blazing high. And the fire's been reignited in our spirit. And all these things. But if we don't get some more of that within the next month or so, we back down to where we were before. And I'm here to tell you that's not God's plan. The reason you have those times of refreshing, renewal, and fire is to carry you through those times. Listen, everybody has a dry season in their life. And more than just one of them. Everybody does. Everybody has that season of lull, that season of dryness, that season when it seems like, even though it's not true, it seems like God has turned away and left you. Everyone has those seasons. It's our faith that carries us through. It's our faith in looking forward to those, again, those exponential times of revival. But listen, when He commanded that 500 to go to Jerusalem and tarry, in that 50-day period, they started dropping off. After seeing the Lord Himself ascend. And yet they began dropping off. So it shouldn't surprise us in our day and time when people haven't even actually seen Him physically. They're dropping off. They're dropping off. It happens here. It happens other places. It happens all around this planet. Great times of spiritual renewal, and then all of a sudden, my Lord, it only takes 50 days in most cases. You have a great revival this week. Sunday, where is everybody who experienced the great revival? Amen. And so, don't be part of that 500 that didn't show up in Jerusalem. They really missed it. Look at what they missed. He said, He commanded them to go to Jerusalem and tarry and wait for the promise of the Father. Over 500 plus. By the time the day of Pentecost rolled around, 120 were there to get the blessing. Look at what is it? What's 120 from 500? 480?
What did you say?
380?
What did you say?
What's 120? 500 minus 120? 380?
Yeah.
Is that right? 380. So 380 folks. And listen, there was more than 500. We don't know how many more. It says above 500 people. So there was actually more than 500. So we know, but at least we know 380 of them that allowed the enemy or allowed somebody or whoever allowed the enemy to rob them of a blessing. They allowed themselves to be robbed. Listen, they could have been there in the upper room. They could have experienced the tongues of fire, the rushing mighty wind of the Holy Ghost. They could have experienced all of that and witnessed the sermon that took place that day and witnessed all these people being born again and added to the church. They could have witnessed all that, but they missed it. That's why, listen, that again points right back to saying that Jesus said, broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there's many going in there. Narrow is the way that leads to life. Few are going to find it. And that just bears out what He said. It's a rough way of putting it, and people don't like to hear it this way, but here's the fact of the matter. Like I've said a gazillion times before, so I said a gazillion one more time. Jesus Himself taught more people are going to go to hell than what's going to go to heaven. That's not God's will. That's not the way God ordered it, and God wanted it, and God established it, and God willed it. But because of the will of man, the will of people, because God is going to allow you to make your choice. Even though His desire for you and His best for you and me is that we accept Christ, we follow Him, and we end up one day finally going to heaven. But He allows us to make that choice. Therefore, more people are going to make the wrong choice. Above 500 people and only 120 showed up on the day of Pentecost after the Lord Himself commanded it. That should speak in volumes to all of us. She's speaking volumes to the church in this nation. She's speaking volumes to the United States.